You know, from the moment you wake up, your day has a rhythm, a personal beat. It's in the way you make your coffee, the route you take to work, even the time you go to sleep. And these aren't just random actions, they're the little notes that make up the song of your life. Today, we're going to explore what that daily beat really says about you.
So let's get right to it. What does your daily routine say about you? I mean, is it a carefully composed symphony all planned out? Or is it more of an improvisational jazz solo? Keep that question in your head because we're about to decode the hidden language of our daily lives.
Every single life has a pulse, right? An underlying rhythm. We're calling it the daily beat. And it's not just about what you do, but about that invisible tempo that drives your entire day. So, what exactly is a rhythm? Well, the official definition is a regular, repeated pattern. Now, that might sound a little boring, but think about it. It's the subconscious autopilot we all run on. This pattern can be an incredibly powerful tool that pushes us forward, or it can be a rut that holds us back. And understanding it, that's the first step to mastering it. So, where does this whole daily beat thing kick off? For most of us, yeah, it's that dreaded alarm clock. The morning is like the opening act of our day, and how we perform in that first hour or two really sets the tone for everything that comes next. It creates this powerful cascading momentum. Now, I know routine can be a bit of a loaded word, right? We sometimes confuse it with being stuck in a rut. But there's a huge difference between a supportive routine and, say, restrictive red tape. A good routine doesn't box you in, it actually frees you up. It automates the small stuff so your brain is free to tackle what truly matters. Red tape, on the other hand, just gets in the way. And, a huge part of any strong morning rhythm is punctuality. But being on time isn't just about watching the clock. It's really a statement. It says you value your own commitments and, maybe just as importantly, you respect the time of other people. It's a simple act that sets a tone of reliability for your entire day. So how do you actually build a morning that gets you going? Well, it's kind of like a chain reaction. It all starts with waking up feeling refreshed. That freshness makes it easier to follow a schedule, which then helps you focus. That focus builds motivation, and motivation is what unlocks that energetic feeling of being ready for anything. You see, each step just powers the next one. So, you've conquered the morning. Awesome! But now comes the midday slump, that critical turning point in the day's rhythm. And this isn't about just gritting your teeth and powering through. It's about a conscious, strategic recharge. It's all about taking a moment to refresh body and mind. And that's the key right there. A true break isn't just sitting around. It's an intentional reset, a deliberate pause in the day's rhythm that lets you come back even stronger for the second half. And a huge part of that reset is how you refuel, seriously. Think of your lunch not just as a meal, but as a strategic tool. You need variety to get all the right nutrients. It should be light enough to avoid that post-lunch crash, and it needs to be the right kind of fuel to power not just your body, but your brain through whatever the afternoon throws at you. Which, of course, is the exact opposite of this. Junk food gives you that quick, cheap high, followed by that inevitable crash. It's pretty much the enemy of the sustainable, refreshing fuel we're talking about. And hey, the results of a proper break, they really do speak for themselves. You feel refreshed, you get a new wave of energy, and you actually return to your work feeling motivated. It's not lost time. It's a total investment in your afternoon's productivity. Okay, with our energy restored, our focus can start to shift outward. Our daily beat isn't just about us. It's also about how we interact with the world and the community around us. It's about making your mark. So what does it really mean to make a difference? Well, it's simply to have a positive effect. This is where our personal daily beat stops being a solo performance and starts to harmonize with the rhythms of the people around us, our colleagues, our community, our world. And that positive effect is so often amplified through teamwork. But great teamwork doesn't just happen by accident. It's built on a solid foundation of trust and respect. When that's there, then polite communication, a sense of unity, and real collaborative creativity can actually happen. Now let's hit pause on that word respect for a second, because it's actually trickier than it seems. First up, we have respected. This is something that's earned. Think of a respected teacher. It's an admiration you get through your actions and your character. It's all about who you are. Then there's respectable. This one's different. It's less about your inner character and more about your outward social standing. You hear it in phrases like a respectable neighborhood or a respectable job. It's about how you appear to fit into society. And finally, we have respectful. This one is all about your behavior, how you actually treat other people. Being respectful is the action you take to show consideration. So you've got respected, respectable, and respectful. They're related, but they are very distinct ideas.
All right, so we have our personal rhythm and we have the way it interacts with others. But let's zoom out one final time, because none of this happens in a vacuum. Our individual daily beats are all part of a much, much larger orchestra, our culture and our heritage. So, what exactly is heritage? Well, it's the history, the culture, and the traditions we inherit. Think of it as the soil that our lives grow in. It's the unspoken context for every single part of our daily beat, from the food we eat to the holidays we celebrate.
And you can really see this powerful dynamic right here. Heritage gives us our foundation, our tradition, our legacy. It's our roots. But from those roots, we're always striving for modernity, for novelty, and for new outcomes. Our lives are this constant dance between where we come from and where we're going.
And this is where it all finally connects. To appreciate our culture isn't some abstract idea. It happens when we realize that our simple daily routines, the meals, the work, the celebrations, are the living, breathing expressions of a heritage that stretches back for generations. So, in the end, it really all comes down to this. Your identity isn't shaped by a few big, dramatic moments. It's forged in the small, seemingly insignificant actions you repeat day after day after day. Your daily beat isn't just something you do. It is quite literally who you are.
So we're going to end right where we began, with you. Take a moment to think about your own life's music. What is the one unique signature part of your daily beat? That one rhythm that truly makes you you? Ponder that. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.